Light of my life, I am your loved one whom you cherished so much, and from heaven I ask you to listen to me carefully. It's no coincidence that you found this video today. The Virgin Mary has revealed a secret to me and has asked me to share it with you because it has to do directly with you. It's a secret about a real danger because there are forces and temptations from the evil one that are trying to extinguish your faith. But God won't let you go, and neither will I. Today I have received a gift that only God can grant. He has allowed me to use His voice just for you, to share this very important secret with you. The Virgin asked me to warn you, do not stray from the light. Promise me that you will stay and listen to me until the end of this video. Write it in the comments. Write, reveal to me Mary's secret. By doing this, I'll know for sure that everything I'm about to tell you today is important to you, and that fills me with pride. Precious soul, today I want to tell you that even if you feel like you're walking alone, every step you take is accompanied. Every sigh of yours echoes in heaven like a song of hope. Every doubt that crosses your mind is heard tenderly by the heart of God. And I want you to remember that the Virgin, who loves you so much, has said that every time you lift your gaze in faith, even if it's through tears, she inclines her face toward you to cover you with her mantle, to remind you that you are not on this path without help. The secret I want to share with you today comes directly from the Virgin Mary. She has told me that every time you say her name with affection, even if it's just a barely audible whisper, she reaches out her hand to hold yours, to caress your weary forehead, to dry those tears you don't dare to show. She tells you, do not be afraid to keep going. Do not be afraid to rest in my lap, because I watch over you. Even on the nights when you think you are alone, even on the days when you believe you have failed, there are heavenly hands holding yours, even when you don't feel it. There is a light that turns on every time you speak a word of faith, even if it's in the midst of exhaustion. And the Virgin herself has promised that she intercedes for you every time you cry out in silence, every time you feel fear creeping in and you don't know how to move forward. She whispers to your soul, don't give up, don't turn away from the light. Don't let go of God's hand, because even if everything seems dark, the light is still alive for you. I want to remind you, dear soul, that it's okay to pause and rest, that it's okay to ask for help in the silence of your room, that it's okay to let that light the Virgin keeps burning for you gently enter your heart and fill it with peace. She sees every night you've stayed awake with your heart pounding, every morning you choose to get up even though the tiredness is still there, every act of love you offer in the little things, every prayer you send up to heaven, even if it's short. And she says to God, look at this heart that keeps believing, look at this soul that keeps trusting. You haven't failed because you feel weak, you haven't failed because you doubt, you haven't failed because you get tired, because even when you feel like your voice is fading, God keeps listening to you, keeps holding you up, and the Virgin stays by your side, gently whispering to you that you are important, that you are valuable, that you are part of a plan that doesn't stop, and that you are loved in a way that goes beyond this difficult moment. And while you are here, listening to this voice that has been lent to me just for this moment, I want you to feel relief. I want you to breathe calmly. I want you to know that nothing is lost, that this battle won't last forever, that the Virgin has never stopped interceding for you, that there is light in your story and that hope is still yours, waiting for you to take it up again, without rushing, without fear, without shame, because you are accompanied, upheld, protected, and deeply loved. Even on the days when you feel like you can't go on, and because there is a mother who covers you with her mantle every morning, who embraces you every night, and who whispers to you from heaven, keep going, precious soul, because you do not walk alone. Do you remember those times when, no matter what was happening, you found a small reason to be grateful before going to sleep? Do you remember when you felt that every sunrise was a new opportunity and not just another day to endure? There is a unique light in you, even if sometimes you think it has gone out, even if you believe it has been lost among your worries and silences. Today I want to beg you, with the voice that the Virgin has granted me just for this moment, not to let that light disappear, because she herself has told you so many times, "Dear children, you are important to me. I love you and I want you to live in the peace of God." Even if you don't see it, every time you decide to help, even with a small gesture, every time you choose not to give up in your thoughts, every time you decide to keep going even when you feel tired, that light in you stays alive and is seen up here with deep love. Just as the Virgin says, your prayers, even if they are small, are necessary for the plan of salvation. I know that sometimes you feel like no one understands the weight you carry, that the tiredness inside you doesn't go away with just some rest, that the world moves so fast you feel lost among everything you have to do. I know there are moments when your mind tells you that you're not enough, that you're not achieving anything, that your prayers are just words thrown into the air, but I want to tell you that's not true. Our Mother has repeated to you, "Dear children, pray with your heart, because in prayer you will find the hope and the strength to go on." Every word that comes from within you echoes above. Every tear you shed is cherished, and every step you take, even when it's small, is the step that heaven walks with you. If you ever feel that you have failed, that you have drifted away, that your thoughts have been chaotic, I want you to know that you have not lost the love that God has for you. The Virgin has said, God loves you with an infinite love, even when you stray from Him. Nothing can separate you from that mercy that seeks you, that waits for you, that embraces you, even when you don't feel worthy of receiving it. Don't be afraid to try again, to trust again, to seek once more that peace you long for so much and that is still waiting for you, even if you feel that everything is dark, even if you don't understand the reason for so many trials. Trust that each day is an opportunity to return to the light, to let go of what weighs you down, to open your heart once again to the love that never runs out. The Virgin has said, "Dear children, do not grow tired of praying, because prayer works miracles in your hearts." Here, where I am, I can feel that love in a way I never imagined. And I want to share with you a bit of that peace, that certainty that you are not alone, that every battle you face has a purpose you cannot yet see, that every silence you go through is filled with divine presence, that you are not invisible to heaven. I ask you from the bottom of my heart, take care of your light, protect it from empty distractions, from thoughts that extinguish your hope, from words that wound you inside. Give yourself moments of calm, even if they're brief, to breathe and remember that God's love doesn't depend on your merits, but on His infinite goodness. As the Virgin says, "Dear children, God loves you just as you are." Even if you sometimes think your story doesn't matter, here every one of your achievements is celebrated, no matter how small. Here, your courage to keep going is admired. Here, your daily effort is honored. I look at you with a closeness that never fades, with a peace I want to share with you, and I want you to know that you are important, that you are valuable, that you are deeply loved. And just as the Virgin entrusted me with this message, today I ask you, don't stop believing in the goodness that exists within you. Don't stop caring for your soul. Don't stop opening your heart to hope, because even in the darkest moments, your light has the power to shine, to heal, to guide you back to the love that is always waiting for you. Do you know why I'm speaking to you so gently right now? Because I know there are times when your mind is filled with noise and you can't hear the peace that heaven wants to give you. Because I know that in those moments when everything feels heavy, there is an invisible grace pouring over your soul, even if you don't notice it, even if you think nothing is happening. I want you to know that every word you speak with sincerity, even those you say in silence, is heard with tenderness from above. That every time you lift your gaze, even if it's with a sigh of exhaustion, a light is kindled that the darkness cannot extinguish. There are hands reaching out to you, holding you up, even if you can't see them, covering you in the moments when you think you've run out of strength. Beloved soul, when you feel that darkness wants to embrace your thoughts, remember that there is a plan full of love that remains steadfast for you, even when everything seems uncertain. When you think your prayers are weak, imagine a small spark in the night that becomes a beacon for other souls, even without you realizing it. And if at any moment you feel like you have no words, it's enough to simply whisper within yourself, "I'm here." Because with that whisper, you open a channel for peace to begin to arrive. Because every heartbeat you offer, every tear you allow to fall while you trust, every breath you take while thinking of the light, becomes an act of faith that heaven watches with joy. Allow yourself to rest without guilt in the arms of the one who cares for you, even if you can't see them. Allow yourself to receive that peace that is offered to you every day through small gestures, through the smiles that come unexpectedly, the hug you receive when you need it most, that ray of sunshine that touches your face, the breeze that caresses your tired soul. Don't be afraid to start over each day, even if you feel like you failed. Here, your falls aren't counted, but rather your attempts to get back up. Here, your worth isn't measured by what you achieve, but by that steady heartbeat that keeps you moving forward despite your fears. Here, no one expects you to be invincible. All that's expected is that you remain open to receiving the love that's meant for you. Remember, precious soul, that there is a joy waiting for you, a purpose that is still being written with you, that every step you take, no matter how small, matters. That every time you choose hope, even with trembling hands, you are telling the heavens, "I trust." And that trust, even if fragile, is enough for the light to come in again. Stay in the peace that is offered to you today, even if the day is gray. Remain with your heart open, even if you feel tired. And if right now you feel the urge to close your eyes and say inside, "Thank you," do it, because that gratitude opens doors you can't even imagine. Here, as you listen, someone is praying for you. Here, as you breathe, you are being accompanied. Here, as you go on, you are loved with a love that doesn't depend on your own strength, but on the infinite tenderness of God, who never gets tired of you. Beloved soul, listen calmly to what I am about to tell you now, because it may bring you relief in those moments when the weariness of your soul feels heavier than ever. When you think that no one sees your efforts, every small act of kindness you do, every word you choose to hold back so as not to hurt, every look of compassion you give, are like seeds of light being sown along the way, and one day they will bloom where you least expect it. I want you to know that every tear you have shed with a sigh to the sky has not been in vain, because even the tears you think no one sees are tenderly gathered by the one who watches over you at every moment. When fear tries to cloud your mind, remember that within you there is a light that remains, even in moments of confusion or doubt, because that light does not depend on your strength, but on the infinite mercy that covers you every step of the way. Stay in the peace that is being given to you right now, even if you feel you don't deserve it, because you don't need to earn it, only to receive it. Let every breath you take be an act of trust, a small yes to the love that calls you to keep going, even when you don't understand everything happening around you. I want you to listen closely to this whisper that reaches your soul, keep going. Keep going even if you feel tired. Keep going even if you don't feel strong emotions when you pray. Keep going even if the silence seems long. Because every step in faith, even a small one, opens paths of grace that you can't see right now, but that are being built through your perseverance. Allow yourself to care for your precious soul without fear of showing your wounds, because every wound can be a place where the light enters and transforms what seemed broken into something new. Allow yourself to receive that calm that is offered to you today through a moment of silence, a ray of sunlight at your window, a breeze that brushes your face and reminds you that even in the midst of your battles, you are deeply loved. When you feel like you don't have the strength for big prayers, it's enough to simply say deep within yourself, "Here I am." That simple surrender, spoken with sincerity, opens the gates of heaven over you in ways you can't imagine right now. Here, you are cared for, you are accompanied, you are awaited with infinite patience. Trust that every day, even if it seems simple, has a purpose, and every night is a time for your soul to rest in the arms of mercy. You don't need to carry everything on your own. You don't need to solve it all right now. All that's asked of you is to keep your heart open and not to close the door to the love that is seeking you. And when the moment comes when you feel that unexpected peace in the middle of your day, when something makes you smile for no reason, when you feel relief in the midst of worry, remember that it's not a coincidence. It's a reminder that you are being accompanied, that you are being cared for tenderly, and that you never walk alone. Beloved soul, stay in the light, because that's where hope is always found. Stay in the light, because that's where comfort is always found. Stay in the light, because that's where you'll find the love that never tires of waiting for you every day, and every prayer, and every breath, and every beat of your soul that keeps saying, "I believe, I trust, and I hope."